What was this turning point? The mid-1960s, when we threw God out of our schools, we devalued human life and legalized the shedding of innocent blood. We lavished government entitlement programs on ourselves in place of God's blessings. We never had the money and went on a borrowing spree for 35 years through many changes of both Democratic and Republican administrations. There's enough blame to go around here. And we've left the $93 trillion bill to our children to pay off when they will have less than half, probably closer to a quarter, of the collective earning power to pay it off, because a third of our population is moving out of the worker column and into the retiree column. The Social Security Trust Fund is nearly broke. The Medicare Trust Fund is nearly broke. Our roads, bridges, levees, and dams are badly in need of major repair and renovation. Every previous generation has always left this country to their children in better condition than they found it. We are the first generation to leave this country to our children in worse condition than we found it. Literally bankrupt and falling down. God does not say, "Your tax policy cries unto me from the ground." God does not say, "Your spending policies cry unto me from the ground." God does not say, "Your foreign policy cries unto me from the ground." What does God say? He says, "What have you done? Your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground." And the Lord will require it. Our churches have degenerated into religious entertainment centers. We visited many churches as we've moved around the country looking for home churches. We've seen lots of rock and roll concerts. We've seen lots of social programs. But there's not just a dearth, there is a famine of sound Bible teaching in our churches. Sodomy, lewdness, greed, violence, ignorance, and superstition saturate the media and our society. So what other consequences are there for America? Isaiah 3:12 says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths." Many terrorists are in their teens and young 20s. I've even seen documentary videos of young elementary school children in camo with AK-47s with their faces covered being trained to be terrorists. Children shall be their oppressors. In this last election, 298 women just ran for Congress, breaking all previous records. Many fill pastorates around the country. The corruption in the Congress causes us to err with bad laws. And the abortionist Supreme Court justices are destroying the way. Children are their oppressors. Women rule over them. They which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of their paths. Is God's word accurate? Now let's take a look. In 1999, there was a study done of the 535 members of Congress. 217 escaped tickets and or arrest for driving offenses, ranging from speeding to driving under the influence. 117 directly or indirectly bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 84 were arrested for drunk driving. 71 could not get a credit card due to bad credit. And these are the folks we put in charge of our economy. 29 were accused of spousal abuse. 21 were defendants in lawsuits. 19 were accused of writing bad checks. 14 were arrested on drug charges. 8 were arrested for shoplifting on their salaries. Shoplifting. 7 were arrested for fraud. 3 had done jail time for assault, and 1 was directly responsible for the alleged accidental death of his pregnant mistress. 591 offenses, not counting graft and corruption. Now, that was 1999. You decide for yourself whether you think it's gotten any better. The Supreme Court justices. Now, here is where the battleground lies, folks. We have 9 Supreme Court justices. 4 are pro-life conservatives. 4 are abortionist liberals. 1 is a mixed swing vote, Kennedy. Now, Kagan and Sotomayor are the 2 new recent appointments. They replaced 2 abortionist liberals. That's why the last election was so absolutely critical, because we had the opportunity to replace those 2 retiring judges with 2 pro-life conservatives, and we didn't do it. So instead, they were replaced with 2 abortionist liberals again, so we stay balanced at 4, 4, and 1 swing vote. Now let me point something out, please. By the way, 3 are Jewish and 6 are Catholic. Scalia and Kennedy are 71 years old. Ginsburg is 74 years old. These 3 positions will undoubtedly be coming open in the not-too-distant future. These folks may be retiring before too much longer. There is still yet a prayer of hope that we could replace them with 3 pro-life conservatives. If we could do that, it would give us 6-3. We'd have a majority. We'd have a majority that could overturn Roe v. Wade and a whole lot of other bad laws in this country. There would be hope for the next 50 years. But if we don't, if those 3 get replaced with abortionist liberals, they will have 6-3, and there'll be no changing any of this for a long, long time. In fact, I don't think we have that much time left. You know, if you think about post-World War II Germany, the civilian population, when asked about the concentration camps, said, well, we didn't know. We didn't know what was going on in there. Well, let me tell you something, folks. We know what's going on in the abortion clinics. And God says in Proverbs 24:11, if you forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if you say, but behold, we knew it not, we didn't know, does not he that ponders the heart consider it? And he that keeps thy soul, does he not know it? And shall he not render to every man according to his works? Don't tell God you didn't know. God knows that you do know. And he's going to ask you, what did you do about it? Proverbs 31:8, open your mouth for the dumb, that is, those who cannot speak for themselves, in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Judge righteously. Do not be deceived by the lies about choice. Every murder is a choice. By the way, I wouldn't be too quick to say it's my choice, because in so doing, you're admitting that it's a premeditated, intentional choice that you made, and that's the definition of murder. Every murder is a choice. The issue is not choice. The issue is murder. So shall you not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood, it defiles the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Well, what is the world attempting to do to get us out of this mess we're in?